I'm Roxanne.
And I'm Catherine.
It's two girls strong. It's two girls strong. Today we're going to be talking about our perspective on marriage, our experience of married life, and the reasons we decided to get married as well. Catherine, I want to hear about what your thoughts were on marriage before you got married. What do you think? What were your thoughts?
I mean, a lot of it is still the same. First of all, I wasn't planning on getting married, but I respect the institution of marriage, but I also don't think it's something that defines who you are as a person. I don't think it's like a necessary milestone in life. Um, but I kind of feel like for me, being married is the gayest and the straightest thing I've ever done. Gayest because I married another woman, and straightest because it is heteronormative, right? Like the institution of marriage is heteronormative. Yeah, so I don't know, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and also just for clarity, we actually in a civil partnership or civil union. We just use married because it's just the easiest way to describe.
But we are legally bound to one another.
Yes, exactly. But I know that you didn't necessarily imagine yourself getting married.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, I just when I was younger, I just didn't imagine. Like it wasn't like something that I always wished for, you know? I knew I was queer, so like getting gay married. It's just like it wasn't something that was like on my radar. And also it was kind of like, to be honest, like a difficult thing to imagine because it just like wasn't in my universe thinking about like how my parents would receive. And even though my mom was okay with me being gay, I knew that there was like a level or a part of her that really wished that I was like the typical straight daughter who would marry a guy one day. And so that kind of soured me from the idea of thinking about getting married to another woman. But having now that I am married, like I love it. I love being married. I enjoy it. I love being in this partnership with you. But yeah, it wasn't like on my radar. It wasn't like something that I thought was an important milestone in life. What about you?
For me, I I think, and I'm actually a bit embarrassed to share this, but I think I always just knew I was gonna get married, and I think it was heavily influenced by religion. But also my parents. My parents had a really wonderful marriage, and I was a child in a joint family, and I got to witness their marriage until my dad passed away. I was the closest witness as the youngest child, and I'm still living at home. And I also saw my mom's grief of that, and really seeing the gravity of that romance, the loss of that romance, and love and relationship. So from that point of view, like seeing that example, I saw how magical it could be, but also I didn't question it really. I didn't question also the influence on religion, and also like parents and my parents' generations regard for marriage, like that's considered a serious, that's the only way a relationship is considered serious. Like even now, like regardless of the age, if you are not married, that's your friend. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's your friend. Even like now with my mom and her friends, if they're dating, they won't say boyfriend or lover, only that's your friend.
Yeah.
So I
And
think
your friend until they your husband or your wife.
exactly. So I think, and yeah, I think when in my early adulthood, I was just following what I think the normal milestones would be. And I saw myself getting married and I saw myself having children. And so I guess, to be honest, I didn't actually question it.
Yeah.
Whether I was going to get married or not. Like I know I'm monogamous. So that's something I know about myself. With playfulness, but I am a monogamous person, and yeah, marriage was not something I questioned.
Yeah. Yeah. So for
Yeah.
me, it wasn't on the radar. So then, how did we end up with two people with very kind of differing perspectives on marriage. Of course, we started dating, but how do we end up getting married?
I think I can admit that that was, again, very much influenced by me. Um, that I wouldn't have stayed in a long term relationship in my I don't know, maybe I would have still done it if we didn't, but I would have expected it to be on the cards.
Yeah.
And then, not just that, obviously, I hope. No, wait, no, I know it was, actually, I know it was very much influenced by me. Um, Thank you. Um, Also, when we actually made the decision to get married was also very much influenced by the pandemic because we were
Yeah.
outside of the country.
Yeah, we had gotten engaged just before the pandemic. Literally the week before the pandemic happened, we got engaged. Um, and yeah, I think it's also because we were living in another country together and we started having discussions about long term life together. Like, what is this actually going to look like now that we've moved country? And I think we started talking about it when we lived in our second place in London. Then we started thinking, okay, now this is obviously very serious. What are our plans? And we spoke about having the possibility of having kids. And like suggested that maybe having kids is not
For
like,
you, it wasn't for
yeah.
you, and you were very honest that that wasn't
Yeah,
necessarily
because
for you.
initially I thought it was for me because I just kind of accepted that it had to be. I'm a woman, and that's like I was going to adopt a child with my partner, and yeah, and
Even you planned
yeah,
like
I was financially planning for that. Like when I set up my retirement accounts and all of those things, I had a savings pocket specifically for adoption, which helped with my home deposit later on down the line. But yeah, I just accepted that, oh, I'm supposed to have kids. And then I really started to think about like what having a child would entail and the commitment, and I think the labor, and of course I think having kids is a beautiful thing, and I love babies. We both love kids, but I came to the decision that that is not something I like need in my life, and I don't need it to be an important milestone for me necessarily. And I think we started having that discussion, and then that's when marriage came on the table.
Yeah, and I think with the discussion around children, I really needed to pause and think about what I want for myself outside of you. And in that, and we can talk much deeper around the decision to be child free. But the question I asked myself was, how do I want to experience my life? And the more I heard my own voice outside of the programming, because yeah, I was fully obsessed really with the idea of getting pregnant when I was like a preteen. And in no way did it make sense for my life, but we can talk. That's a whole other conversation. But I really had to pause and think about how do I want to experience my life. And I thought about it very deeply and very seriously. Like if it was you or someone else, what would I want? And I knew that the way I pictured how I want to experience my life, and if I really understood and I became much more aware of the reality of having a child, I realized that that didn't fit in with that picture I had for myself. But I knew I wanted children in my life. That I knew for sure. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, so then that's really when we were starting to discuss what this long term companionship and long term partnership was going to look like. That's when we started talking about, you brought up marriage, right? And for me, honestly, I was indifferent. I knew I wanted to be with you, I knew that you were my person. So whether or not we were married, like it didn't matter. I was going to be with you either way. So for me, it was like about signing paper back then. On the day we got married, I freaked out.
Yes, we did like court wedding when we were living in London. Yes. It was like
because it was a pandemic and it was like
yeah, and I really thought we were just gonna go there and sign papers, like just the formality. That's what I thought. That's what I thought the
Yeah.
experience was gonna be
I mean,
like.
we had our makeup done and we were
Yes, we
wearing,
had friends,
and
eight
we had our
friends.
friends there and were wearing matching
Yeah,
suits.
but
But yeah, I didn't think it was going to be. But then when they started reading, first of all,
even
they played,
before,
yeah,
even
before.
before.
They played the music on our wedding day. They played the music. We must walk down the aisle. I'm in the bathroom. The music's playing. I'm slapping myself in the face. Get it together, you bitch. Get your shit together. Because I think in that moment I was like, oh my word, I'm legally binding myself
It's a big
to
deal.
another
This
person.
is a big deal.
It is a big deal. And up until that moment, like I didn't even invite some of my friends to tune in online or like because I didn't think like this was a big deal. You know? And then in the moment I was hyperventilating, I was freaking out. Because I realized I'm binding myself to you legally by law. And then they read through the vows or the commitments and the legalities, and it was pretty serious stuff, you
Yeah,
know. Like,
it
and
is a big
but it was
deal.
also beautiful. It was like I was happy to.
Okay, good. It was like, thank
No,
you.
no, 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 of course, babe. But I'm saying it was beautiful, but it like that moment wasn't lost on me. I'm glad I wasn't so flippant about it because before I was, I didn't think about it very deeply, but the gravity of the moment smacked me in the face. And I was like, yeah, okay.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, I still, to this day, I don't think it's like you need to get married, but I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I'm loving it so much, actually.
Yes.
I'm nailing it.
Yeah, it is a big deal and it impacts your entire life if
Yeah.
you are going to choose a long term partner, whether you're married or not. The person, that significant person, influences your life so much, so
Yeah.
heavily, in every way, especially just, yeah, in every way.
Yeah, your quality of life, 100%. I think it's really important to you choose to have as a life companion who witnesses your life, but is also there to set the tone, you know? What are some unexpected things about marriage?
I think what I am very happy about is just learning that it can mean what you can decide what it means to you and what it looks like and how it works between the two of you. That's been, it doesn't have to be ball and chain kind of
Yeah.
stuff, or like any kind of examples that we've seen. We can actually decide what it means for us because this is our lives. Like
Yeah.
no one is in this but the two of us.
Yes.
And so we can decide how we want to experience that as well.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we are, like you love to say this, but we're on one long sleepover. It's so much fun.
Yes.
I'm married to my best friend. I'm having a good time. In fact, I actively get upset when people say the old ball and chain. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? Why would you be with someone who you feel is weighing you down as you would describe that way? You know? It's like
It's
you
typically the
are.
weight that says that.
What do you mean? Oh, the person who is the ball.
Yes.
They're the one who, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like yeah, my experience has been so positive, but I think it really also depends on the quality of the partner you choose and someone who actually aligns with you. Um, I feel like we align with one another, but also I feel that we are growing at a similar pace. And I think that the fact that we were friends before we started
Yeah.
dating is a big reason why it works the way it does.
And probably also why it feels like one long fun sleepover.
Yeah.
We're just having fun. And I think something else I didn't expect in line with what you're saying is that I didn't expect this space for my inner child to be safe and not be judged at all, in fact encouraged.
Yes.
And there's like all the versions of me can exist joyfully and freely in this space and little universe of ours.
Yeah. Oh, me too. I love that we can be silly together. It's yeah. It's like this. I feel like I can feel safe to show the silly parts of myself. Um, but then there's also um, our shared values. Like we see the world similarly. We like typically come to the same conclusions about things, I think. Generally, like our worldviews aren't like completely opposed, which I
Yeah.
think is really
Yes.
important for me, especially as a black queer woman. I need someone who can see the world the way I see it, or at least has some insight into my experience of the world.
Mm.
And for you?
Yeah, I agree around like the importance of sharing values, but also perspectives on money, sexuality, like really being having the space to talk to each other and being honest, completely honest. And in the same light for me, I didn't realize how much of a mirror being in this relationship is going to be for me, and really looking at myself and the way that I engage in our shared space that's not mine, and I don't need to be in control of all the dynamics between us. Like really having conversations with you and seeing myself in our relationship has also been a big way that I've grown and let go of ways that I might have sabotaged myself, or ways that keeps my nervous system stressed out. Um, that I didn't expect at all. And really, if I'm completely honest with myself, like shedding a lot of ego and like
Yeah.
a superiority complex in a way, if I'm really honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah. For me, the exercise of kind of letting go of ego, I think that has been the most valuable thing I've learned from being married, or being, it's not even being married. Letting go of my pride and my ego has been like one of the most important things that I've learned from being in a relationship. But it's also been like, I think, a saving grace in the relationship, because I have learned that I mustn't put being right above like the longevity and the quality of our relationship. So I've had to like really check my ego and check my pride, and it's been beautiful, but it's difficult. It's difficult. It's not easy to admit that you're wrong, or when you're like angry, to like take a beat and like think about what in the long term, how do I want you to feel? How do I want to feel? And not to say ugly things to one another in the heat of the moment, like really taking a beat. And that has impacted my life across the board, like learning to take it down a notch and to reflect and to, yeah, to swallow my pride, really. Um, it's been beautiful but difficult. But I think it's like, for me, I had to categorize one thing that's like saved me in our relationship, I'd say it's that.
Yes.
Would you agree?
I mean, it's just, I don't know about, for me, I don't know about Sam, but it's changed me for sure, and in a way that feels very positive.
Yeah.
And then you also, or I feel like I have a little personal cheerleader
Yeah.
in my life as well, in the moments where I don't see my own magic. You always see it, even in those moments where I'm being an asshole. Maybe I'm just shining and I don't even realize it, but you see it all the time, and you make me aware of it, and you make me feel good about myself. And yeah, and I think that's like the thing around the significance of this person, because that's an active thing that you do, whether it's by choice or not. Maybe it just comes out of you, but we put an effort into encouraging each other.
Yes.
And it could very easily be the other way around and make me feel bad about myself, right? And that's what we mean about the significance of a significant
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it doesn't come from, there are two reasons that I think, for me at least, why I encourage you, because I want to, and I love you, and I adore you, and I think you're amazing, but also because I want to show up as the best version of myself. And why would I tear you down? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't serve me in any way to rip into you or to like discourage you. It's like, I also want to show up as like a good partner and like the best version of what I can be. So there's like, it's twofold. It's for you, but it's also for me, you know? But just having also said that, I think that in talking about companionship, it's really important to have your own identity. So I'm thinking about like why I do things for myself. I don't show up in this relationship only for you. I show up for myself because I want to be the best version of myself. I feel yeah, like I need to be my own. I have to have my own shit going on as well.
And having like my own life is something I needed to slowly get comfortable with and understand, and not having this only, although we do spend a lot of time together.
Yeah, we love hanging out together.
Yes. So we actually really have to put an effort into having lives of our own, hobbies, spending time with friends, our own friends, independently, not only together,
Yeah.
because obviously
Yeah.
after a while we share friends
Yeah.
for the most part, but definitely developing my own identity and also being responsible for my own source of joy and
Yes.
self-love as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so important, I think, to it's I think people say this all the time, but you really have to be whole, I think, in order to show up in a union. You have to like be whole on your own. You can't expect the other person to make you whole.
Yeah. Do people say that often? I don't know. I think mostly it's like my other
Really?
half, that kind of thing.
Okay, maybe it's just the stuff that I'm consuming. But yeah, I think it's important to like to have your own shit, to have your own life, like to know that you are whole in case like God forbid you lose the other person or you break up or whatever it is, like you need to have a sense of who you
Self.
are and a sense of self. Yeah.
Totally. And in that, like, really nurturing your self love. And I've learned that, like, whenever anyone asks me any kind of relationship advice, the first thing I always tell them is learn to love yourself really well, most of all. It will translate in your relationship if the other person is doing the same work in
Yeah.
nurturing their self love as well.
Yes.
But that is crucial, and it's really lovely when you are both doing that and you see how much you benefit from it in your dynamic in the relationship as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. For me, if people ask me or like it's something that is important to me
Mm.
is that we're on the same page when it comes to our values, that we're on the same page when it comes to our finances, because that's a major part of like how you navigate the world. And then I think like maintaining a physical attraction to each other and a physical relationship, I think. So we're not just friends hanging out.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Always more than friends. Yeah, so tell me, let's finish off this really lovely conversation. It's been really wonderful. And I think, again, for us to just re emphasize, we don't think that being in a long term relationship, being married, is any kind of achievement or required milestone.
Yeah.
But if you are going to do it, if you are going to be in a long term relationship, at least enjoy it, because it is hard work, but it's not that hard if you like the person. You know.
Yeah, it's fun. Fun and games.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so to wrap off, I want to hear, what's your favorite thing about being married to me?
Um, wait, you were gonna make me do this in front of the whole world. Yeah. Okay, morning snuggles. Morning snuggles. Yeah, that's and then just hanging out with you and I don't know, everything. Everything is just so much better when you're around. I enjoy my life so much better with you around. So but yeah, morning snuggles is up there.
Don't you want to know?
Yeah, of
Don't
course
you want to know?
I'm looking at you expectantly. What's
My favorite thing about being married to you is, yeah, definitely the affection, but just the overall adoration that you give me is just so wonderful. The way you cook meals for me, the way you take pride in our home, the way you, yeah, just like the heart in your eyes that I see when you look at me means so much, because I feel the same way, and it's so nice to see it being reciprocated. And yeah, the cuddles are definitely just the best.
I love you.
I love you. Thanks for joining us on the Two Girls Strong podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, you can connect with us on Instagram at Two Girls Strong, or email us at twogirlstrong@gmail.com, and that's with one S. See you next time.